Good Thursday evening, everyone. How are you? It's good to see you. It is good to be seen by you. I, of course, am the one and only Bill Sylvie, aka the Dungeon Delver, coming to you live, loud and clear on a Thursday evening, or at least I hope I am. But anyway, I hope you guys are having an absolutely fabulous Thursday evening because we have got a heck of a show for you guys tonight. Guys, we have got Yang and ZHAO here tonight. Now, normally, I would be excited about having Yang on the show just in general when he and I can BS and we're not doing, we're not out there doing the Nerd Council of Doom or stuff like that. I would be like all in it for that. But this is really cool because Yang and I have a fantastic we have a plot, we have a plan, we have a scheme, and we're going to talk about it here in just a second. Now, I was working on the multimedia part of this. Yes, I am that kid who is putting glitter and foil stars on his poster as we are in the line to get dropped off for school. So you'll just have to bear with me while I get everything set up here. So let's see. We're going to do that, and we're going to go to there, and let's see. Where is it? Where is it? There we go. That's not going to work. So bear with me just a moment while we get this set up. But anyway, my guest tonight is a guy who I have met out here on the interspaces, on the webs, on the internet. He is a really cool guy. If you want to talk about underground comics and indeed even some mainstream comics lore, you absolutely need to be subscribed to his channel. If you like his rather gregarious style of being a gaming raconteur with us, you can check him out here every Friday night while we play Gamma World. And maybe you're a pop culture vulture, maybe Kulturkampf is more your thing, and you want to stay up on all the news that you can use that gets summarized every month with the Nerd Council of Doom, for he is 1/3 of that group. Ladies and gentlemen, please then, regardless, put your hands together for a fellow you might think is Lex Luthor just at first blush, but I promise you he's not. No, he is not Lex Luthor, at least as much as I think. Everybody, please welcome my friend, and I hope he'll become yours, Mr. Yang ZHAO. Yang!
Good evening, everyone.
How are you, my friend?
It has been a very odd day, Dungeon Delver. Very odd. But I am excited for tonight.
It has been an odd day, and I'm glad you're excited for tonight. Ooh, we're floating in the void because our friends over here at StreamYard don't know how to save settings. Let's do that. There we go. Woo! I was a little worried. I thought we were going to have to go into the Phantom Zone for a minute there. Forgive me. Anyway, that's like the second Superman reference tonight. We may have to talk about that on the NCOD on Saturday. Yeah,
we may. I may come in cosplay.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. So
everyone loves my Lois Lane.
Yes, indeed. I thought Bizarro was your jam, but anyway, Bizarro Lois Lane.
Yeah, exactly. Looks just like Clark Kent.
There you go. But anyway, so everybody, first of all, let me I'm just gonna, you know what? Hi everyone out in the chat, and thank you all for being here tonight. Everybody, love you all, mean it. I want to give a little background to what Yang and I are about to bring you guys, and not announcement wise. Yang, if you want to jump straight into it, that is. let me do something here real quick. Because so a couple of years ago, Yang, as you guys know, he games with us. He's gamed with us on both Wednesdays and Fridays, but mostly on Fridays. So Yang comes to me and he's like, yeah, I'm not going to be there this week, but I'll be there that week, but not the following week. And I'm like, look, as much as I pay you people, you should at least tell me when you're going to take vacations. And so Yang told me about the thing that he does and how cool it was. And I, of course, being a guy who will hitch his wagon to just about anything, was intrigued. And that's when we began talking. And I'm going to pass that talking stick over to you, Yang.
Well, everyone, tonight I'm going to confess my dark secret. For the last 10 years, I have been running boutique tours. And you might say, a what? Well, it started in 2015. I have a partner who is a Kung Fu guy, and he and I started taking people to China to study Kung Fu. And we would do tours where, let's say you go to Beijing, you go see the Great Wall, you see the Forbidden City, but in the mornings you have a master teaching you Kung Fu. And I said to myself, do all these trips need to be about punching and kicking? What if instead we rolled dice to punch and kick? And I said, I think I know a guy who might be interested in that. So last year, we did our first tour of Japan for the Kung Fu. And I said, this is great. I had lived in Japan about 20 years ago. And I said, man, would it be nice to come back here more? There's a lot of really cool cultural things. And I thought, well, why not combine my love of Japan and rolling dice for things? And I said, I know the perfect guy to help me out. The Dungeon Delver. So we had a bit of a conversation, and I don't know if he believed me at first, but I said, we should make a gaming trip to Japan. And eventually I think he maybe liked the idea. And the thing is, we're not just going, the two of us. It's a tour. This is everyone's chance to go to Japan and play games run by the Dungeon Delver himself and perhaps others.
That's right, Yang. We are headed to Japan in 2026. Now I'm currently we're trying to get the slides going here, having a little bit of fun with our little PowerPoint presentation, but I promise we're going to get that going. But briefly, I can tell you. So when Yang said, yeah, why don't you do this? I mean, literally, Yang said it like 4 times, and I'm like, yeah, right. I not like 4 times in a row. Then he brought it up again, and I was like, sure, yeah. I'll get to go to Japan and play D&D. Sure, that's going to happen. And he finally convinced me, and we are we have been putting our heads together and coming up with a trip itinerary, and we want to share that with you guys. This isn't just, hey guys, I'm going to be streaming from Japan, and you guys can watch me, and that'll be cool for you, I guess. No, this trip is open up to folks who want to come with us and see the sights in Japan and kind of enjoy Japan from a nerd's eye view. And I think I could be wrong, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So let's see. Do we have our PowerPoint viewer here yet? Yang, I sent you a link to the PowerPoint if you want to try and bring it down on your side and put it.
Alrighty. Let me see. Well, it seems like Google might be able to open it, but it is being slow. Oh, there. Oh, wait, no, I don't want to take a tour. View only. Okay, I can. Let me see here. I think that's it, but how can I make this full screen? Oh, technologies. Oh, wait, here we go.
Yeah.
Can you see that, Dungeon Doper?
Yes, I can, and I will add that to the stage. Here we go, folks. 10 days in Tokyo 2025. That should be 2026, but we can fix that in post. You didn't have to delete on it there, yeah?
Sorry. Okay.
But 10 days in Tokyo 2026. TTRPGs and tours in the land of the rising fun. And boy, are we going to have a lot of fun. So Yang, go ahead and why don't you take us through the presentation where we can tell people all about what we're going to be doing. That is a beautiful cityscape. Where are we looking at there?
We are looking at Akihabara, which is technically means electric town. It is the home of nerd culture for all of Japan. We are going to be spending a lot of time there. Home of the most famous gaming shop in all of Japan. Home of all sorts of gadgets like you've never seen. Cheap electronics. If you've ever wanted to find some sort of figurine from your favorite manga or anime, this is the place, and the birthplace of maid cafes.
That's right. Although I would the first maid cafe opened in Japan after Hooters opened in the United States. So
yes.
those people saying that Hooters is the American equivalent to a Japanese maid cafe, I say maid cafes are the Japanese equivalent to Hooters.
I agree. So what are we going to see? Oh, it's not playing.
It's not playing? Oh, no.
It is not playing. Oh, boy.
Unexpected Japan, unexpected PowerPoint problem.
Well, it's a very stunning video that you can all imagine of what Tokyo, Japan looks like.
Yes, and I made that full screen, Yang, so people could see that a little bit better.
Sorry. Yes. Sorry. Thank you. Maybe I can. Is that a little better? All right. Well, so we are going to begin. Everyone will meet in a to-be-determined airport on the west coast of the U.S. on May 4. You will meet the Dungeon Delver there, and the games will begin immediately with a secret project yet to be revealed. But from there, you guys will take the plane over to Japan, landing in Tokyo, where I will meet you at the airport. We will quickly get your luggage and necessities out of the way. Any money exchange or cell phone service you may need, we will do that. Head back into the city, and the first night will most likely be a Konbini adventure. For anyone who...
What is a Konbini adventure? Tell us all about Konbini adventure.
Well, for anyone who doesn't know, the convenience stores in Japan are just on another level. You will come back to North America and say, do I live in Afghanistan? You can actually eat food from a convenience store. The range of choices is absolutely amazing. And of course, you can get all the weird candy and drinks that you want. Now, if you say, I'm not so into a convenience store, don't worry. The area around the hotel does have many restaurants which are opened late at night. So we can also head over to there should anybody want to. You guys will most likely be tired, so we will take a quick nap. Take a quick nap. Head on into bed at a reasonable hour so we can wake up the next morning for the very first day of adventure.
Yes. Now, I'm just going to tell everybody, again, technology is kneecapping us here. So we may have these videos where, you know, we will bring them up one at a time. So let me back over to you, Yang.
Well, so on the beginning of your first full day, the second day of the trip, we will head over to Akihabara after a breakfast at the hotel. And in Akihabara, we will go shopping spend a little while. It can be overwhelming. There are all sorts of secret stores and alleyways. But if you ever liked an anime that you can't find anymore, they're going to have it there. They've got models, they've got games, they've got videos, anything you could possibly want, video games and tabletop role-playing games. And we will go to the Yellow Submarine, which is the king of all Japanese tabletop role-playing game shops. They have games in Japanese, of course, but they also have a number of English and other language games. Sorry, Evan Maiden, if you're here, I don't know if they have Polish or not, but we'll figure it out.
Yes, if you come with us, Emmy, absolutely.
Yes.
We will introduce you as the English, Polish, Elven, Japanese girl who has been isekai'd through 4 different space-time continuums.
Exactly. So we will be playing a lot of our games at the Yellow Submarine, as they have tables at the shop. That's right, Paladin Steve.
Yes. I'll be big in Japan, by the way. Gonzalo, so
well, I will be too.
When is the trip and how much is it to go? We will get to that, Gonzalo. I promise we are going to get to that. So anyway, so Akihabara, I'm going to mess it up. Just electrical tape my mouth while we're there, gang, because I don't want to cause an international incident.
No worries.
But anyway, I am hyped about going to Yellow Submarine, guys. It's not just for RPG stuff. Like, as I have said before on the show, I like models. You know, I like Japanese model kits. I have a Kao Yokoyama. Those things are, you know, scarce as hen's teeth. I've got a Macross model, the box of which looks like it was beat with a baseball bat. Thank you, Amazon. But that's pretty much all they have at Yellow Submarine. If you're looking for rare Japanese model kits, I shouldn't say that's all they have, but they have them there. So
absolutely. And if you're a big fan of classic video games, you can find original NES games, original Sega, anything from the past, they will have somewhere.
Yes.
So now, one thing about this trip is, in general, where to eat is pretty much up to you. There will be tons of restaurants. So if you say, you know what, I'm not really a sushi kind of guy, no problem. They've got McDonald's, they've got Italian restaurants. You can get steak if you want. You like Chinese? Why not have Chinese in Japan? You
There
can
you
get
go.
pretty much everything because it's a foodie's dream. So we generally allow people to say, those of us who want to go here are going to go there, and then we all meet back up at a certain time. So if you're concerned about, I don't know about Japanese food, no problem. We got you covered. So let's see if this works. Nope, that's not working. Okay.
Okay,
so on the
no, I was gonna say I have the video up here. Let me share this video, and
yeah.
then we'll get that. Let me see. So let me do that, and let me see, where is the all right. Set. We're gonna share screen. And here we go. Yang, tell us what we're seeing here.
So this is the Meiji Shrine. This is a shrine as opposed to a temple, which is part of the Shinto religion. This is also part of a rather large park complex in Tokyo. So you are still in one of the largest metropolises in the world, but you get to go into the nature. Shinto focuses on harmony between human beings and nature. So we are going to go and we are going to see what it's like to be at a Shinto temple. And hopefully they'll have something interesting going on. Sometimes they have weddings going on. Sometimes they have like summer or spring festivals as well. Also, Shinto is kind of an animist religion, so they worship ancestors and spirits. So like the tree spirit, the sky spirit, the lake spirit. So they might have some activity for one of those, and you can go and do activities such as put incense there for good luck. They also have good luck charms, which they say can predict your future. They also have places where you can put wishes onto trees, and they will supposedly come true. So we are going to go from the Meiji Shrine, which is at a place called Yoyogi Park, and then we are going to take a walk. It's probably about a 20-minute walk down to a place called Shibuya. If you've ever seen any movie that takes place in Tokyo at all, there's always that one shot of a crossing where there's like 10 billion people crossing the street at once. We're going there. That
That's
is
right.
in Shibuya. Shibuya is also the youth capital of Japan. So we are going to go walking around a little bit, lots of shopping, lots of amazing things with food as well. And probably have some dinner there, or early dinner, late lunch. And then we're going to head off to Joyopolis. Joyopolis. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to point out that one of the Delver Kinder actually located this location for us. But Yang, go ahead and continue on.
So Joyopolis is sort of an amusement park / game center where they have very immersive rides and activities that you can take place in. So we will be there from the afternoon down, and probably we'll be there shutting the park down before we head back to the hotel for a long earned rest.
Indeed. So next up, I think, is the fish market. Yeah.
That's right.
That's right. So let me show you guys the fish market. And we'll just gotta add that and play.
So Tsukiji Fish Market is probably the most famous fish market in the world. This is the epicenter of sushi and sashimi culture. Boats come in from the ocean there, and people bid on giant bluefin tuna, and a lot of these shops get it. So anything that you would eat at one of these shops is most likely going to have been caught just a few hours before. It's going to be amazing. So we'll go there early and we'll have a breakfast, lunch. It's also got a lot of very local dishes. If you're not quite into fish, there's other kinds of seafood. If you don't like seafood, don't worry. They've got plenty of other stuff there as well.
And yes, I am replaying it for you guys. You're not seeing double or anything like that. One thing I do want to point out, guys, sushi does not refer to raw fish. Okay, go to your local supermarket, please. If you're on the coasts, if you live in the Midwest, maybe give it a miss. But go to your local supermarket and check out the sushi. That's not like, well, that's sushi for Americans. No. It does not mean raw fish. You can get all kinds of sushi that's cooked, that's got fried shrimp, it's got grilled eel, it's got all kinds of fun stuff in it. So don't think if we take you someplace to try sushi, we're going to be holding you down and pushing a live squid in your mouth. That is probably not going to happen. So let's see, and let's talk a little bit more about that.
So yeah, there's all sorts of good stuff. Don't worry, they have things with egg dishes, meat dishes. It won't be a problem for you to stuff yourself silly. So we'll spend the morning there and we'll walk around. There's a lot of interesting cultural sort of getting in the spirit of living in Japan and what average life is, or at least until recently was, for the average Japanese person. And then after that, it's going to be gaming. We've got an entire afternoon of gaming planned. Dungeon Delver, do you want to tell them a little bit about what we're going to play, or do you want to save that for later?
Well, I mean, we can talk about it now, and we can talk about it some later. Also, I'm easy to please as far as whatever you want to do. But so gaming, and this is the one thing that I think really is going to make this trip really kind of special and really kind of fun. We're going to be gaming. What is it? 6 out of the 9 days we're there, Yang? 7 out of the 9 days?
I think it's closer to 7. I have to double check, but for sure 6, but I think 7.
So we'll check that out. Guys, what I want to take to Japan on our trip is a mini gaming convention atmosphere. It's not just going to be like incidental gaming, like, we're all sitting exhausted on a bus and, we don't want to sing Michael rowed a boat ashore, so let's play Keep on the Borderlands. No, we have planned out game time slots. I'm going to be running an adventure module, an Asian themed first edition AD&D adventure module. And guys, everybody that goes on the trip per family unit, I just want to emphasize that, per family unit, will get a physical copy of that module that I put together. And you know me, when I make my modules, I make them look AD&D. So I will be running that as an adventure. I will be running some Call of Cthulhu, because guess what? Call of Cthulhu is actually bigger in Japan than Dungeons and Dragons. People love D&D in Japan, don't get me wrong, but Call of Cthulhu is everybody's jam. So yes, I'm going to be running some Call of Cthulhu and some Cyberpunk 2020. But where does that leave you, good gamers? As I said, I want to approach this as a mini convention. So we're going to create a sign-up sheet. So when we're sitting out, and if folks like, hey, here's 4 or 5 people and they want to play they want to play an adventure with somebody DMing and somebody else is running an adventure over here. Like I said, I want to bring a gaming convention atmosphere of many open tables, and we want to open that up to you folks to step up. And if you want to run a game, if you want to say, I ran D&D in Japan, or whatever game you're going to run, we're going to create that opportunity for you. And I'm very excited about that.
And also, as you can see on the schedule, we have the evening free. So if you say, you know what, an afternoon of gaming is not enough, we will also have signups for any of the free time where if people want to play more games, you are welcome to run what you want or play in somebody else's game. Or you could say, hey, I'm in Tokyo. How many times am I going to be here? And you can do your own thing as well.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's one thing. And Yang, we're not the fun police. So, if you're like, to hell with this, I'm going to the McDonald's. That's fine. That's fine. So
Japan is the only place you can get a teriyaki burger at McDonald's. Just pointing that out.
Very true. But, and I want to point this out, this is very important that we know this. You cannot get sweet and sour sauce for your French fries. It is only for the chicken nuggets.
Yes, I found that out the hard way.
They will bring the operations manual 3-ring binder out along with the store manager to explain that to you. But anyway, so moving on. Yang, where are we going to next?
We are going to the 5th day. Now, May brings us to the end of the year in the sumo calendar. And so there's going to be a lot of people getting ready for sumo tournaments. We are going to go watch sumo wrestlers practice in the morning. We will be close, so we will get up nice and early. We'll get to see, how exactly does sumo work? What is the attraction? And hopefully we'll be able to get some pictures with them as well. And we will do that in the morning. We will break for lunch, and in the afternoon, more games.
That's right. Absolutely gaming, guys. So that is day 5. Now, day 6. Day 6 is going to give you an interesting perspective on the jewel of Asia, Tokyo. So we're gonna show you guys what's coming up next. Come on. There we go. The Tokyo Sky Tree. The Tokyo Sky Tree is a massive tower in downtown Tokyo. And not to be too prosaic, but on a clear day, you can see forever from this thing. Now, this is from a travelogue video that Yang pointed me at. And yes, it is one hell of a view up there. Now, this video it's a little on the short side, and I apologize for that. But there are gift boutiques and refreshments and everything else up here. And I'll hand it back over to you, Yang, to talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll go there to get probably the best overall view of Japan that there is. And it's a great place for pictures. Great place for touristy things as well, but outside there is shopping. So if you are interested in a little bit nicer things and also a lot of very nice restaurants, Japan is no slouch when it comes to the food. At the Tsukiji market, we will be eating a little bit closer to street food. If you are looking for like the scoop of ice cream with a mint leaf put at the perfect angle, while you drink some special matcha tea, this is the place where we're going to find those kind of activities.
Oh yeah.
And so we'll spend the morning there, and then we will go to lunch, and afternoon, more games.
Oh yeah. The games don't stop. The games don't stop.
So I see a question from Cyrus. Money exchange required. Yes, but no. So when I was there last year, I was actually kind of shocked at how accepted credit cards were. I even in smaller shops, I don't think I ever had to pay cash if I didn't want to. You'll probably want to exchange like $100 to $200 US into yen. But you can use, I mean, assuming you don't have some weird brand of credit card, MasterCard, Visa, you can use just about anywhere. If you do need money, you can exchange it. The airport's one of the better places, but you can use ATM cards at any 7-Eleven in Japan to take out money from a US account.
All right. And one thing that now, okay, so I'm not going to take you guys down this ridiculous rabbit hole, but there's a YouTuber I watch. He made a comment once about it. Like if you go to certain shops where they charge sales tax, because they charge sales tax just like they do in the United States. You know, if something's equivalent of 1099, it's 1149 or 1169 or whatever in Japan. This fellow said, and he went through the process. He was buying used computer parts. He said, take your passport with you, and they will take the basically Japanese federal tax off of it. I don't know if that refers just to Australian purchasers or American purchasers. So find that out in advance. If you come home and you're $200 shorter than you thought you should be.
I do know that it is anyone who is, you know, if you have a passport from outside of Japan, you can absolutely do this. That's going to be a big cost savings for any of the bigger places that tend to get foreigners like Akihabara, which will be in a lot. This place probably, there's a place we'll talk about later, Shinjuku. All of those places are used to dealing with foreigners and like this. If you're in some smaller shop in the middle of nowhere, maybe not, but you're probably not going to be doing hardcore shopping there anyways.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I just to see if I can score some insane deal. I want to go to one of the computer consignment shops like Hard Off and see if I can come home with like a 3050 or something like that I paid the equivalent of like 90 American dollars for. I'm not counting on it, but it would be nice.
All right. So for day 7, you have freedom, which is when I do trips like this, a lot of times people need a little bit of time to rest. So on this day, you can rest. If you need to do laundry, you can hit laundry. But also, everybody wants to do something special in Tokyo, and it's hard to get a larger group of people to agree on everything. So this is the day. If you want to go play Mario Kart, real life Mario Kart in the streets of Tokyo, you can do that. There's, if you want to head out to the Studio Ghibli Museum, you can do that. If you want to find the giant Gundam, go for it. So this is your day. We can't necessarily arrange the individual transportation for everyone, but if you need a little bit of general help, what subways do I take, this and that, be happy to look it over for you and and send you there. The Studio Gimli Museum, Dungeon Delver.
Sorry,
I
just
I think that's New Zealand.
I think that, yeah, it's not too far from there. You know, just about a day's plane ride. Man, can you imagine a Studio Ghibli Lord of the Rings movie? That would have been so cool.
Who knows? Who knows what the future might hold for gaming trips too?
Yes, but for the folks who may not know, the company Topcraft that did all the animation for the Rankin Bass, The Hobbit, and The Return of the King, that company went out of business, but all the artists reformed and created Studio Ghibli. So that the joke. That's sorry, it's not funny when I have to explain it. So
sorry.
No, that wasn't directed at you guys. It just occurred to me that I went so deep on that cut that I probably left a lot of people just kind of staring at me. Like, you know, Rainier Wolfcastle, that's the joke. Alrighty, so what's up on day 8, Yang? I believe we have a little video here.
Right. Let's see it.
And here we go. So we do this. And we do this. Izayaka, party vibes, street food.
So izakaya is like your Japanese local bar or pub if you're British. And these were kind of everywhere. And there's one area in part of Tokyo called Shinjuku where there are tons of these little restaurants. Sometimes they're so small, there's only like 3 seats in front. So we are going to go down this place. There are several alleyways just full of this. In the morning, we're going to do, or the morning's going to be free. In the afternoon, we're going to play games. And in the evening, we're going to go here when the atmosphere is live. You're going to get great bar food, street food. This is stuff that when you're a salary man and you've been working late and you get off of work, you want to come here and have a beer and have some food. So we will be taking a tour of these alleys in the evening to end our day. And it's going to be fantastic. It is absolutely delicious.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. I'm really looking forward to that one. And you can see in that video clip, guys, like the first pan from left to center, there's 2 guys sitting in a restaurant. I think that's all the seating. Like there's a kitchen counter with 3 people crammed behind it, and there's 2 seats you can sit at, and that's it.
Yeah, so Shinjuku also has the busiest train station in the world. 12 million people a day go through that station. So this is like the granddaddy of interchanges. And there'll be a lot of shopping if you're more into that. And if you say, I don't like the level of this kind of food, no problem. There's a lot of great normal sit-down restaurants with Western and Eastern style foods just a short walk away.
Yeah, so this is izakaya. I have, like I said, I'm gonna international incident us into jail or something while we're there. It's gonna be like a Brady Bunch episode. But yeah, izakaya looks just amazing, and I'm hyped about visiting there. So yeah, dinner izakaya style. That sounds great because it's like you want teppanyaki, you want you want you want soba, you want
ramen,
yakitori. Yes, absolutely. Give me some steak on a stick. Take steak and put it on a stick, and I will have it. So this is this is very exciting. Hey guys, the fat guy's excited about food. So, but anyway, so that is day 8, and we're on to our last day there, I think. Yes.
The last full day
Yes.
will be temples, temples, temples. We are going to take a bus ride outside of Tokyo to another smaller city called Kamakura, which was an ancient capital of Japan. And there they have shrines for Shinto. And so we'll go to a place. Usually you'll see pictures of all these red gates, these torii gates that are in around Kyoto, which is a city in Western Japan. But they also have that here. So we'll see that at Shinto temples. And then we will go to some Buddhist temples where they have this Buddha here. It's very famous for being completely outdoors, whereas usually the Buddha statues are indoors. There's also a lot of nature surrounding there, and it's on the beach. So we'll have a time to go see everything before we get back on a bus and head back into Tokyo, where we will have the last official game of the evening, and we will wrap up the big game that would have started before you even got to Japan.
That's right. That's right. I didn't want to step on you there, dude. If you have, if you want to keep that under your hat, but you have the talking stick.
I think we can mention it a little bit. Don't want to give any specifics, but there is a game, a real life game that you will play throughout the course of this trip that has, shall we say, all the locations and activities that we have planned will feature in this game and will help you to advance. And I don't want to give too much away, but we will see who can last the week and who will figure out the puzzles.
That's right, folks. So you are definitely going to want to be engaged. I think the kids today call it locked in. You're going to want to be locked in for that one. That I think, and our last day is just we say our farewells at the aeropuerto.
Yes. So depending on what time your flight out of Japan is, usually they're late afternoon, evening. So you may have a little less time for last minute shopping in the morning. If you say, you know what, I must have another red bean fish with ice cream coming out of its mouth, you may have one more chance to get some.
Yes.
Before you head home.
And then after that, it's a 20-hour plane ride. So, say your prayers.
Well, it shouldn't be that bad. Shouldn't be that bad.
Well, I mean, for us here in Florida, it's 14 hours, I think, Tokyo to LA, and then another 5 from LA to Orlando, depending. So,
well,
yeah.
Tokyo to LA shouldn't be that long. It should only be about 10 hours, I think.
Oh, well, that makes all the difference in the world.
So it'd be less, but when you come back to North America, you gain a day. So there's a good chance that you might land before you took off in Tokyo.
Exactly. You can go full Roy Beatty on your calendar when you get home. I want more life, fucker. Don't say that to anyone in Japan, please. But anyway, so there you go, guys. That is our rather shambolic treatment of our trip to Japan that we have planned to share with you guys. Now, I want to come right back to the first question we had in Gonzalo, I apologize that I did not star it. I should have, unless you you did not. Okay. It is we depart the United States on the 5th of May.
On the 4th.
On the 4th. I'm sorry, on the 4th of May. We depart on the 4th of May. Now, as far as cost, this is where I stop talking and I turn it over to Yang.
So we believe we will be able to offer this for roughly $3,600 US, which would include the airfare from the US airport to Tokyo and back. That will include your hotels. It will include any transportation necessary for the things that we have planned. So if you go off on your own, in the evenings or on the free day, you may need a little extra cost for that. But as for the things that we have listed, that is included. And the activities such as the sumo viewing, temple, if there are any temple or shrine entrance fees, that is included as well. Mm-hmm. And it includes the fee for the space for gaming.
Yes. We go
ahead. We have to rent space, otherwise there will be no space because Japan is small.
Yeah, and this, hey, why don't we just get together in one of the hotel rooms? No. Now, yes. I'm going to say this. It's not micro beds. They know that us gargantuan, Western half giants will be staying at their hotel. But still, at the same time, I mean, you're not going to want to spend, the equivalent of like 72 hours in your hotel room. And you're certainly not going to want to try and cram 8 people in there to go gaming. You're assuming the girl. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Gonzalo.
Yeah. So, if it's a situation where, for example, you've got a girlfriend, wife, husband, whatever, who wants to come, but they're not really interested in gaming, that's fine. They don't have to play. We won't force them, even though we might like to. But no, we won't do that. So they can, if they want to do something else while we're gaming, that's fine. One thing about these kind of tours is we are a small boutique tour, so it is not like the big tour companies where someone is going to strong arm you to like get back in a bus, after 10 minutes of seeing whatever you came to see and make sure everyone's there. It's fine. Just if you're going to wander off, if you want to do something else, that's fine. Just let Bill or myself know, so we're not looking for you. And this is your vacation too. This is your chance to explore Tokyo as well.
Yes, indeed.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm laughing at something that Gonzalo said, talking about his girlfriend. When we met, I was playing noise rock, and when we moved in, I got my D&D books out, and she said I misrepresented myself.
We've all been there, Gonzalo. We've all been there.
Yes, we have.
But I was going to say something and I totally forgot. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to mention, because Gonzalo mentioned his girlfriend was going. Mrs. the Dungeon Delver is going, and the Dungeon Daughters are going to be there. Ooh, that doesn't sound good. My daughters will be there. So if you were wondering about, well, can I bring a wife or brother, whatever? Yes, absolutely. But the one thing I will say is that neither Yang nor myself nor anyone else close to here are providing childcare. That's
yes.
We're not. So
And we won't be able to either, due to language barriers. I don't think it would be possible to hire a professional over there, and I also have no way to vet whether some childcare provider is legit. So if you have an older teen, 16, 17, who's into gaming, this might be a fun trip for them. If you have a 5-year-old, it might not be.
Exactly so. And yeah, I mean, you make a good point there. I can't imagine a child on that long a flight. Yeah.
It happens, but let's see. So Dungeon Delver, did you maybe want to mention how people can express their interests?
Yes, we actually have a Discord, and with all things Discord, the link I'm about to put up. So if you guys are watching this clockwise tomorrow or what have you, and this link doesn't work, just keep asking. Just keep asking. But we do have a Discord, and I'm gonna put that PowerPoint up so you guys can actually watch it in all of its glory. But I'm going to put it up on the Discord. But here is the link to the Discord. One and all are welcome to come in. We're probably going to, when we get closer to, okay, people have paid their the
deposit.
Thank you. That's the word. I English goodly. I English much goodly. When people have paid their deposit and so on, we'll probably sequester off into a discussion area just to keep the noise down a little bit. But once we've or if you guys want to come over and see what the chatter is like, ooh, do I want to spend almost 2 weeks hanging around with these people, that sort of thing, come on over to the Discord and check it out. And I promise when we get back, we will inundate you with photos and stories and videos and everything else. So,
so the Dungeon Delver mentioned a deposit. So as I had mentioned earlier, we're aiming for 3,600 for the whole thing. We're going to give this a little bit of time for people to join the server so they can, sort of determine if they're interested or not. We will announce when there will be an official sign-up time. So we will have a contract, which everyone can, take a look ahead of time, and then a date by which to pay a deposit. And this deposit ensures that we can go ahead and make sure that we get the hotel and the airline tickets, especially, reserved. Then there will be a different date for final payment if you don't want to, or or if you need a little time to save the rest of the money to pay the rest. So it will most likely the full payment should be end of the year. Should be around the end of the year or beginning of next year, so like January-ish. So that gives everyone a little bit of time to save up if they need. And then also for people who are not in the US, so let's say Jorge wants to come, there will be a different price for people who are outside of the US and it doesn't make sense for them to fly out of the US West Coast. We will subtract airline fees, but the difference with that is you will be responsible to find your way from the airport to the hotel. It's really not that difficult, but I won't be able to go to the airport for everyone. So the other thing is, a lot of times people say, well, it's 10 days. I'd like to make it a full 14, or this is the only time in my life I'm going to Japan. I also want to go to this other city. That's fine. you can again take your own flight, on a different day to arrive. In the past, some people have arrived a couple days early, or they'll arrive with a group and then leave a couple days late. That's perfectly fine, and we will adjust the airfare as appropriate.
Yeah, and I want to reiterate that Yang is the guy to ask about that. I mean, when he said, "Hey, do you want to go do this?" I was like, "Absolutely sure." And then his words turned into talk about that sort of stuff, and I was just like, okay, just please tell me when to be at the airport in Japan. So
yes. And I should mention too, the price also is assuming that there will be 2 people per room. If you say you want your own private room, it is possible. I will do my best, but that would also alter the price a little bit as well.
He has altered the price. Pray he alters it no further. But yes, Yang is your now. For the sake of Yang's sanity, and to not seem like a craven, I will say Yang is your first point of contact about that sort of thing. If you can't get a hold of him, I will forward your question to him. So don't be afraid. Don't think like, well, I can't ask Bill. He'll blow a head gasket if I ask it. No, I will get the information to Yang on your behalf, and we will get you an answer about your questions about this. Just don't be afraid to ask either one of us. I will say this, Mrs. the Dungeon Delver and the daughters, Delver daughters are not really out there on social media that much, so please don't bother them with this. They're coming along. And by bother them with this, I mean the financial aspects, the travel arrangements, that sort of thing. They're going to be there. They're going to be having fun. This is me and Yang. This is Yang and I handling any heavy lifting with that. So if for whatever reason, don't feel you have to go through her to get to me. So anyway, I hope everybody's hyped about this. Yang, how many? Now, I want to talk about this before I launch in how many. I have said before, I can run a game of 20 people. I've run as many as 24. I won't say it was the best thing in the world and that I always want to run a game for 24 people, like 3 games a week, 24 people each game. It's not 1974, and we're not snowed in Legion Evil with literally nothing else to do. So, hopefully some folks will want to step up and run games. But where I'm going with that is, I think what is, I mean, realistically, I could run a game, I think, and keep it fun, keep it actually really engaging and fun, and not just, holy cow, I was part of that. I could do like maybe 12 people at a table, 15 if I was really pushed, but that's going to depend a lot on number of seats and that sort of thing, Yang. So what is our outlook there?
Well, we do have a minimum number that we need to make the trip, otherwise it's not cost effective, and that is we are looking for 15 people to go with us. And we are going to try to max it out around 25.
So there you go, guys. I mean, if we're all sitting around and like 9 people want to go, and we kind of cross that date line with we may just have to push it back until we can get more people to go. So this is not like a, well, 9 of us are going, the hell with the rest of you people. No, we need a minimum of 15. But there is a good question here, Yang, and I want you and me both to talk about this. Do we have a group of Japanese fans there who will be playing with us?
Maybe. So the only problem with playing with Japanese fans is, unless you guys speak really good Japanese, it's going to be hard to play. You know, do you know the Japanese for a tentacle monster has stolen your memory? So that makes it tough. And it's the same for them and us. There are, however, some people who do speak English well enough. So I've spoken to a few people over there, and they're kind of sort of interested. But it's really up to us to set dates and be like, yes, we will be there from this date to that date in order, I think, to get them to commit to say, like, yes, we would like to play with you. But hopefully that is exactly what's going to happen. And even if we don't play with some local Japanese, we are certainly hoping to at least meet some and, you know, talk a little bit, and hopefully we'll get to exchange, you know, what are their favorite games, what are their favorite modules, what are ours. So we're hoping to have a meet and greet. But as of this moment, nothing is set in stone. However, I'm sure once we can confirm, like, yes, we actually are coming, there will be interest over in Tokyo.
Yes. So I hope that answers your question, Gonzalo. I have actually made friends, and you know, we bitch a lot about the internet, particularly Twitter and so on. But I gotta say something. I really, really, really love the fact that I can click on Google Translate and have a conversation about first edition AD&D with a guy from Japan. It's just, and it's funny because I met the 1E AD&D fans in Japan who are about our age. And I don't mean like, well, they're D&D fans and that. No, they like first edition AD&D. I cannot imagine somebody handing me a book as dense as the Dungeon Master's Guide in not only a foreign language, like, okay, it's in Spanish, it's a Romance language, I can fumble my way through it with a dictionary, but in an utterly alien language like Japanese, and saying, here, learn how to play this role-playing game. But by God, they did. And I posted up pictures of old Japanese model kits and the anime that they were based on early one morning when I was up noodling around on Twitter. And my Twitter feed relatively blew up with retweets from Japanese Gen Xers that loved that series. And they were like, we had no idea anybody knew about this. I haven't thought about this in 35 years. Where is this coming? And come to find out, they're first edition fans. And thanks to Google Translate, I can carry on discussions with them. You know, I sent one guy one of my old free modules that I did way back in the day. I just copied and pasted it in blocks into Google Translate and then pasted it into a doc and sent it to him. So, yes, Jorge, that is, if our next trip is to Chile to visit you, then we're good to go. Oh no, un monstruo con tentáculos me ha robado las recuerdas. I just mutilated that. I'm sorry. You can carry on live discussions. Google Translate has audio. Cool. Will the Nerd Council of Doom convene in Japan? Well, that depends on if the Padre can be there.
Yeah, if he can be there, then for sure. We'd have to do something at that point.
And I will say, yes, I will be doing Delver's Dungeon live stream, at least a few while we're in Japan. So it won't just be video after, because you guys know how good I am about going places, shooting video, coming back, editing and uploading. You You know how good I am at that. So yes, I will be live streaming from there. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah, and so for anyone, you don't have to be ready to commit anything. If you just want to keep tabs on it, go ahead and join the Discord server, and we will have some updates with things there, and also any questions you have, we can certainly answer there.
Yes, absolutely, guys. Please jump into the Discord. If you're watching this 6 months from now, and you're like, oh, I want to do this, the Discord doesn't work. Find me or Yang on social media. We will bring you in. Discord kind of sucks. As far as like, it's like, oh, here's a permalink to your server. It expires in 10 days. Guys, come on. So yeah, if you're watching this months from now, please come and find us on social media. Natter me on Twitter me on Natter. That's not a thing. Find me on my regular Discord. Yang is on Twitter. Email me. We will get you guys the information. Joe Kaufman says, it seems like a lot for a whole game. Well, what's you want
to. If you look at the prices of similar tours to Tokyo, they are similarly priced to around $4,000, but you're not going to be getting games every day. That's for darn sure.
Exactly. I mean, sure, go to Japan, visit Mount Fuji, stay in the Tokyo Sheraton, but do you get to game with the Dungeon Delver? I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
That's a value add all by itself. So, so I'm excited about that. Gonzalo says he'll just have to learn Japanese between now and then. I will be walking behind Gonzalo the entire time we're in Japan.
Well, I do speak Japanese, so if we're
ask him where the players' handbooks are, Gonzalo.
Yeah. I will
need miniatures.
do my best.
Yes. So that's our sales pitch, guys. We're looking at around $3,600. It's 9 days in Japan, absorbing culture, enjoying food, seeing the sights, and yes, TTRPG gaming. I hope you'll want to join us on this trip. I hope we'll have enough people who'll want to join us on this trip. So I turn the camera on the audience, and we'll have people walking around with a microphone. Any questions? Any questions you've got? Well, that's a shame, Steve. One thing I'm just going to be brash. I'm going to just go ahead and put this out here. If this is successful, and it seems like there's a lot of demand for it, we will do it again. We will absolutely do it again.
Probably again to Japan at some point. Although we'll probably do different things, or we might go to somewhere besides Tokyo. And then is possible other countries. But like the Dungeon Delver said, it's going to depend on the demand and the reception by the audience.
And one thing I think this, and I kind of think this goes without saying, world events dictate a lot of what you do and do not get to do when international travel's involved. And if Zinny the Pooh decides that he needs to test some cruise missiles, maybe we don't. But I'm kidding. But yes, that kind of thing can impact. But travel plans.
Yes.
So your DM went this year, but you could make it a better way with a bunch of fellow nerds. Next time on Wake Island, no passport required. There you go. I mean, let me tell you something. Places like Saipan and that sort of thing, it's like the most horrible combat zones of the Pacific theater. So you look at pictures taken there recently, and it's like, God, that's beautiful. I just want to go there and lie on the beach for 2 weeks. Just flip me over every 15 minutes and bring me a Mai Tai. You know, it's gorgeous. But so I $3,600 for a 10-day trip, $360 a day. You know,
that's right.
I mean, if you start saving, I think if you start saving money on a daily basis, you're putting back like $30 a day for yourself or per person that you're going. So now as for myself, if you guys are wondering, you know, I'm at y'all's disposal when it comes to gaming, but I really, really hope folks will want to take this utterly unique opportunity to run a role-playing game in Japan in the shadow of Mount Fuji. I mean, think of that. Ooh, that could be the name of my Call of Cthulhu adventure.
Ooh.
In the shadow of Mount Fuji. I'm writing that down. Nobody take that. That's the Call of Cthulhu adventure.
So Joe Kaufman asks, how are tourists taken by locals, Americans specifically? So Japan overall has a pretty good relationship with the U.S. We've been friends since the end of World War II. You know, as long as you're not going out of your way to be obnoxious, they're perfectly fine. The shops definitely enjoy the tourists who spend money, but the average everyday person is, you know, no big deal. They're pretty used to it in Tokyo. They're used to tourists, and luckily, it's not a city like Kyoto, which has like relatively poor infrastructure and way too many tourists. Things will be just fine in Tokyo.
Jorge Uribe says it sounds lovely, but he burns in the sun. We'll wrap you in rice paper, my friend. We'll just sheets of it. We'll just wrap it. Yes, Gonzalo, the full bug, everything. You know, it's like it's everything. Why am I the only person who's ever heard that phrase? Yeah, give me the full bug. What? Maybe it's maybe it's a mandala effect thing. Maybe everybody used to say it, and I'm the only one that remembers it.
Could be.
Rob Turner says, "Don't be a jerk, and you should be fine." I think that's pretty much anywhere you go.
Yeah.
Except for France, you're doomed. I just forget it. Once you get off the northern coast of France, curiously, there is a little section of the northern French coast, and for about 20 or 30 miles inland, they love Americans and French and British and Canadians that come to visit there, particularly in the early midsummer. I wonder why that is. But yeah, no, all kidding aside, yeah, just don't be a jerk. A little bit of effort can go a long way. You know, when I worked in a very heavily touristy part of the Central Florida area, I worked right down near the international airport. People who would calmly and slowly and clearly at least make the effort to speak English and be polite. That would make my day. That would burn away the disgust of the previous 10 and the next 10 rude tourists, because I had just dealt with 10 rude tourists and 10 rude tourists were coming after him. So just put a little bit of effort into being polite, and just be chill. Just be chill. So
yeah, so Joe said, I heard tourist areas in general are getting tired of tourists. It depends. In Tokyo, not so much. Tokyo has the infrastructure to handle it, but in cities like Kyoto, maybe Nara, the smaller cities, they never really updated like the public transport. So like the buses and subways there are super crowded. And the other is there, you do hear about the occasional like YouTuber who's making an ass of themselves and, you know, just being obnoxious to people on the trains or things like that. Yeah, people aren't into that, but if it's just a group of foreigners who are, you know, buying yakitori or you know, uh, some sushi or something, they're fine. And there are plenty of tourist areas who uh, they really want to earn your money. So overall, it's not going to be a problem.
Alrighty. Good night out of the silent Patrick. Thank you for hanging out with us. Take care, John Strain. I guess we got some folks dipping out. Any other immediate questions? Now, I think it would behoove Yang and I to do periodic follow-up videos about this, at least a couple more, to keep you guys informed. I don't know. I don't know as far as Nerd Council of Doom goes. We'll have to see what the Padre wants to do, because he is 1/3 of the nerd. So let's see. Gonzalo's actually asking a question.
That's a good question. Yeah.
Gaming equipment and miniatures and battle maps. If you run a map intensive game, what I am going to recommend you do for this big of a jump is maybe standees, or counters and a 2D battle mat if you want a visual representation out there. Don't bring your painted Grenadier minis. The ones that have been in your family since '78. But
although there will be plenty of opportunities to buy minis while you're there if that's what you want for your excuse to buy some. I'm sure they have wonderful goblins and owl bears and dragon minis over there.
Yes, exactly. What is it? It's one of my kids watches Jaden Animations. She's a big YouTuber. She has little slice of life vlog style things that she animates pretty well. And she talked about one of her trips to Japan. They were like, when you get to I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
She said, when you get there, before you go, cram everything in one suitcase. When you get there, immediately buy another suitcase, because you're going to be bringing a ton of crap back with you. So
at least from the US, you get 2 50-pound suitcases that you can take with you. So, pack everything into as small of a space as you can, and then buy one there for the immense amounts of books and minis and figurines and games and snacks that you're going to be taking back.
Yes, indeed. And I am let's just say that if you hear a shouting match coming from me and the Mrs. Hotel Room, it's because I have stumbled upon some great swag that I want to bring home. I am going to be hard pressed to not bring home just tons of stuff, But all kidding aside, got to get some dice. Absolutely, you got to get some dice.
Of course.
If I don't buy a set of dice in Japan, I'm not even going to call myself a gamer anymore. I literally I will just have to say, well, I'm not. So yeah, definitely you got to get some dice in Japan.
Yeah, and in terms of maps, I will probably bring some of the suddenly blanking on what you call them, like the vinyl battle maps that you use dry erase markers with. Bring some of that. Everybody can do what they need to do with it. I'm sure they will have stuff there as well. And in fact,
Yes.
Yellow Submarine will probably love us if you decide to buy extra stuff from them.
Just buy it all while you're there. And I would point out that because Gonzalo asked this, is Roll20 off the table? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You use whatever tools you need to make your game work while we're there. If you're going to run a game, I mean, Gonzalo is already talking about running modules while he's there, guys. You fan of UK1 and UK2? Well, he's saying he's going to run that. So, I've got some competition for table space, but that's cool because I want people to run stuff. I want you to like I said, take this opportunity. If you haven't run a game before in Japan, now is your chance.
Sure. And if you fancy yourself a game designer, you've always wanted to write games, well, you're going to have a captive audience. So you will probably find people who are interested in testing your game out with you while you're there.
Yeah, exactly. It's, where you guys going to go? What you going to, it's have fun. Yeah, you're back at the table. Well, I see. All right. No. It's going to be good. It's going to be awesome. So, have we missed any essential details, Yang? I feel like there's something else I want to say, but I don't know. I think we've given everybody the essentials.
Yeah, Joe, we definitely, he says, just let us know the deadline to commit. We'll definitely let you know when we will have sample contracts up on the Discord server. So of course, you could take a look at that and make sure everything is kosher for you. And then it will be probably next month, September, when we start taking deposits. And when we close it down depends. If there's overwhelming demand and we get a flood of 25 people, then we would shut it down at that point. But there for certain will be a cutoff date when we have to buy airline tickets and reserve hotels. So
don't ping me on the 3rd asking how you can join us, because I'll tell you, in 2027, that's how you can join us. But yeah, we'll give you guys just like all the start and end as far as that goes. And it'll be good times. It'll be good times. I'm excited, and I hope you guys are super excited about it too.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. It's going to be a great chance for probably some of the most memorable games that you'll play. Reimbursable deposit. That is one thing that I have to double check on. For sure, it would be in terms of the hotel, but I just have to double check it and make sure we could get the refunds for airline. You know how airlines can be. So I gotta make sure. If it is, then yes, it would be totally refundable, at least up until a certain date. Because at a certain date we have to commit, and then, but that should be quite a bit into the future.
Joe says, meaning if there's not enough interest.
Yeah. I mean, if there's not enough interest, then everybody would get their money back, because I'm not spending any money. I don't have to put out any money until it's a lock.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if we have, I mean, heaven forfend, but if it just comes down to it, and we only have, counting myself, my family, Yang, and the 3 or 4 people in here who've said who've said that they want to go, there's going to be refunds, so if it just peters out. So we have some great news. The supplement Creatures and Treasures has been republished in PDF format in the Japanese version of the RPG Rollmaster, previously released by Hobby Japan. I'm sorry, Gonzalo, is that are you quoting that to us from somewhere, or I'm just a little nonplussed. I don't know. Because you say Rollmaster, and I just Rollmaster is we're having some kind of weird technical problem. Rollmaster, that's a little. I gotta yank Gonzalo's chain a little bit there. All right. Well, guys, I think that's just about going to wrap it up for this evening. I'm going to share the Discord one more time. If you guys are feeling it, if this is something you want to check out, again, let's see, invite people, copy that link. If you guys are wanting to check it out, do check out the Discord. There will come a bit of a division into the Discord where people who are wanting to pay their deposits, and we're making arrangements and that sort of thing. But you can always check it out. It is Kabuki. There, the link is, you just copy and paste it, and you can join us right over there, dear. So. You'll rewatch later for my presentation. Okay.
And Joe asks, I guess my next question would be, how much for a down payment percentage-wise? Probably in the 15 to 20% range.
Which ain't bad. Which ain't bad. So,
and that basically holds your place.
So, so there you go, guys. Japan 2026, Tokyo, tabletop RPG gaming, culture, food, travel, relaxation. Join us.
It's going to be fire.
It's going to be a lot of fun. And one thing that I can tell you guys, Yang, please help yourself to some baklava and schnapps in the green room, if you would. One thing I can tell you, undoubtedly, is that hang on one second. Let me, I should have had, this has been tonight, right? I will just leave you guys with this and let y'all figure it out. Good night. Please ask us any questions you feel necessary, and we will see you, or I will see you all tomorrow. Yang will be back. He will be playing some Gamma World. And then Saturday, don't forget, over on our YouTube channel, and probably live streaming to all of our channels as well, of course, you can come and watch the Nerd Council of Doom with myself, Yang Yan Zhao, and the Dungeon Minister. But until then, guys, keep your eyes open for owl bears. Peace. Good night. Love you all.
Have you seen my owl bear? Here's to all the weirdos everywhere, in the woods and in the air. Have you seen my owl bear? Should I shave off all my hair? Bobs are all around, some live in tunnels underground. Some are fat, some are rich, some are sleeping in a ditch. Can you ride a crooked horse without a saddle way off course? Naked as a toad all the way to Smoky Joe's. Have you seen the little creep driving fast in his little green Jeep? He smells like fish and brandy, but his rotten teeth look dandy. Take me to the show, I don't care if fast or slow. From action flicks to dancing dicks, just take me to the show.